This is B.A. Brueting. In his quest to conquer the entire occultiverse, the sorcerer may encounter any number of other wizard cults filled with people to belittle and exploit. Most of these people aren't even magicians in the truest sense of the word, but second-hand finger painters and nose pickers that either played too much D&D or read too many Harry Potter books. My order, on the other hand, is totally legitimate. The student would do well to know exactly what he's in for if he ever decides to infiltrate any of these lesser sects, for even the casual glancing at any of their materials may cause a fit of rage at just how ridiculous it all is. Let's start with Wicca. Wicca. These are insipid dummies to the highest degree that use trees, elements, false moon deities, and their fat, ugly, naked bodies in their redundant rituals. Most of them are ridiculously repulsive, and this is due to their belief system being just as hideous as they are. So like attracts like. Be prepared for the worst acne and body odor you have ever laid your eyes and nostrils upon. They will repeatedly attempt in vain to hide the fact that they all stink by burning metric tons of cheap incense sold at their local Wiccan stores. This will only merge in foul union with the malodorous mustard gas clouds being emitted from the stalagmite-riddled dung heaps they call armpits into something like the fumes of 1,000 burning tires each inhabited by a family of skunks. If you could stand to be around a coven of them long enough without explosively vomiting, then you will discover that they hold no magics of any value whatsoever. Check for ticks and fleas afterwards. Thelema. The great B666 must surely be rolling around in his grave. Many have attempted to understand his unholy message, and all have failed but for a select few, though his modern-day followers are by far the worst of the lot. What began as an ingenious test to weed out the true dark wizards from weaklings in need of religion turned into exactly what Crowley never wanted it to become, a goddamn religion. Indeedly, Crowley understood that the only true path to mastery was saying fuck you to everyone. Crowley prophesied the coming of the magical child who would free the worthy from spiritual retardation, otherwise known as the Double Crowley, who would finally reveal the inner workings of the magical multiverse. What he did not tell us at the time is that there would be more than one magical child, and that these endarkened ones would take their rightful thrones as the venomous terror lords of magic. Never forget that among these chosen few, I am the chief with the biggest balls. Your average thermometer, Thelemite, is a lanky Jew with bruised knees or an overbearing alpha male with a smelly dick. This is due to a popular ritual in Thelema called Funtime Desert Initiation, wherein the legendarily epic butt-fucking had between Crowley and Victor Newberg somewhere in the Egyptian desert is faithfully reenacted. Not that there is anything wrong with this, though it has become a tad more rapey in recent times, and as no Thelemite could ever pay for a trip to Egypt, it usually takes place while playing Twister in a trailer park. Thelema and all of its connecting bodies such as the OTO and AA might yet be redeemed. I predict a legion of dark wizards stepping up to the plate at last and reclaiming all that was lost. Under the guidance of the Demon Kings and myself, the Grand Master All-Wizard, we shall reclaim magicians of this world and finally muster enough force to breach the impenetrable terror veils wherein the most confounding of all powers reside. All in good time, my lowly students. All in good time. Next, let's address the Church of the Subgenius. These guys are alright by me. I have long suspected that Bob might be Bigfoot in disguise. If this is true, then I owe him a big one, and he shall be rewarded with beer once the agenda is completed. The Illuminates of Thanateros. Ugh. The Illuminates of Thanateros. If I had a nickel for every time somebody bragged to me about being in or knowing somebody from the IoT, I'd have 0 fucking nickels. These dopey little dildos have single-handedly engineered multiple generations of so-called magicians who spent their time masturbating to doodles and invoking the spirits of Happy Meal toys. Chaos magic is all about whatever works for you, except that none of it ever does. Oh sure, you'll get the occasional placebo effect, you might even get the occasional short-term schizophrenic brain glitch, but none of it is magic, buddy. The IoT and the entire chaos magic community are nothing more than starving magicians looking to suck on the foul teats of popular culture for what little sustenance they can milk from it. They'll use comic books and movies as the resource material for their spells and deities. They'll pretend to be all about spontaneity and chaos, but create stuffy little pockets of serious business, the likes of which would make a master mason tell them to pull the stick out of their collective asses, not take themselves so damn seriously, and just fucking relax. Also, some clown on YouTube told me they fuck kids. The end. Discordia. Oh, look at me, I'm so iconoclastic that I'll take what someone else created, tweak it a little bit, and declare it Discordian in the name of some cunt with a golden apple. Whoop-de-fucking-do, retard. Discordians are the Monsanto of the occult world. They lack any semblance of an imagination, so they can just take what already exists, smear that greasy underwear fudge all over the face of it, and then claim it as their own special brand of doofus magic. They're basically that really untalented, awkward, and clumsy kid in school that always tried to copy everything the creative kids did and failed miserably at it, thereby only worsening their own feelings of existential inadequacy. When they aren't busy doing this, they spend their time seeing how many pennies they can shove up their nostrils before their mommies have to call an ambulance. And finally, the DKMU. Jesus fucking Christ, the DKMU. These drug-addled weasels are only jealous about the monetary success gained by the true Dark Masters. While we're making paper, they tunnel into their own psychosis looking for who knows what. A treacherous spider with tits, I guess. They claim to want to mix up reality by way of creative magic, art, music, comedy, and travel, but all they ever seem to do is jerk each other off while they're egregores watching horror and disgust. Get a fucking room. Their whole shtick seems to be about creating a series of fucked up webs in the structure of reality that they can use to, and that's where the story ends. They would spray paint dirty diaper found behind a taco truck in a Spanish ghetto with the LS sigil if they had the chance because, you know, assault on reality. The DKMU is a bong-watered filled cesspool of drifters and junkies who don't know a flaming bag of shit about the occult. So they make it up as they go. Also, they were rude to me. Drunks with glitter on them, unskilled hackers, arachnid fetishists, stupid glitch artists, people from Florida, ex-cons, basement dwellers, homosexuals, potheads, banjo-playing daffodil suckers, and worse, the Irish, make up their despicable ranks. You basically take the most inefficient pirate port you can find, dump a load of fermenting manure all over it, make everyone super confident to the extent they'll believe in their own mental illnesses, and you've got the mushroom-infested salty ballsack called the DKMU, and there you have it.